person's going to believe that you spoke to an African president today?
Probably not.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I woke up this morning and I was thinking of the things I wanted to talk about. And in my view, if I was Biden's age, I would not be very, very happy with what people are saying about me.
I wouldn't
And
be either.
there needs to be respect for our elderly people. There needs to be respect for older people in our communities. And it is wrong, absolutely wrong, for the media and for the Republicans to be questioning Biden's age. It is elder abuse. It is not right.
I agree, but at the same time, it's, a lot of it has to do with the fact that that Trump and Biden were both born in the 40s. And because of that, a lot of people from like my generation, I'm 22 years old. A lot of people from my generation believe that in order to run the country, you should, be leading into the next generation and not, like a last stand for your generation. And it feels like when we elect people who are in their 60s or 70s, it's like, how can you expect them to truly lead the country where it needs to be when what they need is to be taking some medicine, taking some rest, relaxing, like just chilling out. Like leading the country, like that's a huge responsibility. That's billions of people, millions of people.
So if I've heard you correctly, you are not in support of Biden or Trump running to be president because you reckon they're too old. So what age is acceptable for your generation?
Well, in America, there's only I think there's three things you have to be in order to run for president. You have to be a U.S. citizen for over 14 years. You have to be over the age of 35, 36, and you have to have a diploma, a high school diploma. And I mean, honestly, anywhere between the ages of 50 and 36 would be a good age.
You said between 50 to 36.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So anyone above 50, you don't want that person to be president of the United States.
Well, I feel like at that point, those people, they come from a generation where it was very dark, where there was a lot of racism, where there was a lot of like hate and just hurt for everybody. And I don't know, I feel like we need a newer, fresher outlook on the country because obviously what we're doing just isn't working. It's just a continuous cycle of repeat of medical problems, of financial problems, like it's just constantly a repeat, a cycle.
So I think you're a bit harsh that a 50-year-old man cannot become president of the United States.
No, if you're 50, I think that's a good age. But
Okay.
being like 60, 70 years old, like I feel like that's a little much because at that point, like you're old and you know what you want, but is what
Mentally
you
declining.
yeah, mentally declining by that age, but you know what you want, but is what you want the best interest for everybody, or is what you want because, you're old. And that's, you feel like it's kind of hard to explain. I'm trying to think of the right way to do it.
I don't think, I think I heard someone say I don't genuinely believe that 50 and 60-year-olds are old. The,
No,
the,
they're not old, but they shouldn't be leading a country necessarily. Like if you're like if you're 70, like I'm pretty sure Biden is 74. How old is Biden? I can't remember. But I do know that he has had some problems based off his age. And it's not an ageism thing. It's just personally, like my grandpa, he's 74 and he's on oxygen and he spends his day watching YouTube and he eats dinner with the family and stuff and plays with the dog. Leading a country at that age, it's very difficult. And because of that, I feel like that's why nobody's really uniting because it feels like nobody actually had a choice in the matter.
Madam, this is really, really powerful. So you're suggesting that Biden should just sit at home and be walking a dog and watching YouTube?
Yes. I do, because he does not have much of life left, and he should really be taking that opportunity to enjoy it and just really think about like his whole life, because humans, we will all die. Like, we are not immortal. We all have one life to live.
Madam, this 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds will not be happy with your comments.
I understand that, but I mean, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be happy with their comments, but I mean, they don't have to be necessarily.
Wow. Do you know in Africa, we have leaders who have been in power for 45, 60 years. We have leaders who are 85 years of age, and it's working very well for the countries.
Well, in Africa, you guys have a lot better food. It's not as processed. There's not as many chemicals in it to mess with you guys' brains as much. I mean, there are people that live here their whole lives and go there for like 2 weeks, and they never want to come back because the food is just 10 times better. The water's cleaner. Like, you're not as controlled.
Look, madam, I want to thank you